It is... Yes, the song has rain in it. It is Sunday, the 12th of July 2026, 7 minutes past 9 p.m. A very good evening. It's a very good morning or afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to a very vibey Sunday sessions. For those new, we are gonna be relaxing. We're gonna be relaxing. We're gonna have it take it easy. Just gonna chill. You know, the work week is about to start again. Your weekend is almost over, and here I am to help you through those final few hours before once again reality calls to force you to pay its particular bill. And this analogy is quickly going sideways. Hope everyone is having a very good evening. Was I silent? It's becoming a bit of a theme, isn't it? Oh, good lord. I mean, yesterday at the end of Persona 4 I also had some sensual speaking right there. But no, yeah, we haven't really had a Sunday sessions for a few weeks because of heat and reasons, and I had a bunch of stuff needed to be doing. Turns out to have been gone really well because I might have a job at the end of July. Which is really cool and weird and scary and terrifying. And last night, after I was done with streaming and I was kind of finishing up the Mass Effect trilogy, like the realization hit me of that I am utterly not qualified for the job that I'm about to have, and yet here I am having that job if the salary is more than what I'm currently getting from like it's just a monetary issue. Like if I still need to earn more than I'm currently having by doing nothing, essentially, but that's a secondary thing. No, never talk about your income apparently. But no, exactly, I'm about to become gainfully employed. I'm about to be a real adult for 3 days a week, of which only one of them needs to be actually at the company where I work for, which is the government, which just makes it even better somehow. But no. Yeah, so I kind of had like a moment of oh fuck last night where I'm like, I don't know what's happening to my life, but here we are. So yeah, today's been dealing with that. And parents that sort of like, never mind. Anyway, I might talk about it later. There's some stuff happening there. Anyway, last time around in Infra, we went ahead, got, some slight detours in the sense that everything collapsed in on the top of our heads, which is always fun. And we have just entered, seemingly, the metro station or some kind of building. So that's where we continue on from today. Let me go ahead and do all of this. So there we go. Going to continue. For those of you new, Infra is a game where we take pictures of bad infrastructure and collapse the entire waterworks in the process. So we are currently having a splat of being outside somewhat. It's been a few weeks, so I'm gonna need a moment here. Well, that's a good start to today's stream. And it is very simple. We are Mark. Mark is civil engineer, and he has completely and utterly destroyed the waterworks at some point during his investigation and is now dealing with the consequences. So yeah, what do we have here? This is a thing for a thing. Ooh, hang on, what's that? That is some, let me check. Some Haribo. Ooh, I like my Haribos. Can I do anything with this room? I don't know. Check. Oh, hello. What's this? Strikes autumn. Same time with municipal elections. No. Yes, because that is what it says over here. Haribo. Evil bear. because, as you can see here, it is Haribo. You know, the technically different Haribo. Anyway, what do we have here? No metro public transport available in the city prevents people from reaching polling stations. Union members have access to polling stations. Choose favorable politicians.
Intriguing.
Ooh, so the public transport workers union is doing some dirty dealings. Let's see here, what do we have? Dear MWU board members, for your extraordinary work on defending the rights and interests of the blue-collar workers of Stalberg, I'm gifting you this industrial-sized box full of delicious, sugar-free Haribo Evil Bear candy packs. This box should be enough to last you the rest of the year. Probably the rest of the decade. Who eats sugar-free Haribos? Why would you eat? Never mind. That's the true evil going on here. I hope you will. I hope you will have some sugar-free sweet moments and keep up the good work, Metal Worker. Like, to be honest, who eats? Why would you eat sugar-free Haribos? The real evil going on here is the sugar-free part of this whole ordeal. Okay, what do we have here? Well, it's a clock. It's a bunch of stuff. That's the wet floor. It's been a while. I kind of need to remember how to do this game. Oh, it's the outside. We are so close to the outside, and yet we cannot get to it. All we would need to do is open this window and jump down. And yet we can't, because then there would be no more game. Exactly. That's sort of my argument as well. Like, there's a moment where you just need to question why you are continuing down the road you are. What do we have here? Okay, so there's something we need to do later. Oh, it's... hello. I will leave the music here. Stalberg Steel, our part. Walter, former workers, our members, union fees paid. Must clean up reputation. An article where the workers blame us for the collapse. Check the archives for more information. Shelf.
Fascinating. 7 packs of batteries left.
Okay, interesting. We are so close to the outside. How is nobody seeing us walk through here? Wait, hang on. Does that maybe do the... okay, there we go. Now we no longer have signal interference. Because the radio was causing gotcha, okay. Archive keys. Yep. It was... S3. Okay, that's a lactel. Well, let's deal with that. Generic. Yes, I too like my favorite compound. I do too like to build generic apartment building. Date of completion when is... yeah, no, it's fun fact. There's actually a apartment building being built right near me, and when it's done, is essentially what it has devolved into, because there's been like years of court cases and stuff like that surrounding it. So that feels relevant. Let's see here.
7 packs of flashlight batteries now.
Thank you. Is there anything else here beyond the lactel? It's like finally they started building after like multiple years of just court cases, because people didn't... Note to self, do not drink from water. So that is bad. Okay, well, at the very least we got a shortcut to the auditorium. That's good. PR department strike. Let's go down. Like, here, the person is seeing us. He's seeing us. He can just knock and be like, hey, hang on, we don't belong here. Although, to be fair, the questions raised might get us arrested. So, looking back on it, investigate the constant interference of this crappy radio-based key system and fix it. Ah. So, that's what we did. And see, it's the metro. It is... We are so close. Okay, anyway, fix the interference. And it was S3, I believe. Still, it never hurts to have a quick look at all of them. Like, if I were a game designer, I would put goodies in here.
That makes 8 packs of camera batteries.
Like that. Okay, there we go. S3. Oh, hang on, what do we have there? Starbucks Steel collapsed. I believe we've seen this before. Starbucks flag carrier files for bankruptcy without any advance notice, leaving thousands unemployed. One moment, my screen is going haywire because of the cable. Just fixing that real fast. There we go. What do we have there? The Metal Workers Union, Starbucks Steel, Operation Wheel of Steel. Alright, comrades, the 13th of October 1981. Mark that date up, because that will be the day when we strike at Starbucks Steel, and we will strike hard. On that date, will the corrupt ownership of Starbucks Steel will fall into our hands. The workers are fed up and willing to strike, comrades. Our men and women in the facility are very ready and waiting for our command. For on the 13th day, the majority of the factory's management are away in an important corporate meeting at SBS headquarters. The whole factory is entirely staffed by our members and common workers. The plan is just before lunch hour, when the workers are hungry. One of our activists will announce that due to recent layoffs and cuts, we can't serve lunch today. Instantly after that, our activists will go on strike, chanting slogans and encouraging the workers to join in the strike. The hunger and cumulative anger towards our owners will worsen working conditions, and worsened working conditions will cause even the most devoted of the Walter loyalists to join the class struggle. This strike will allow us to tighten our grip on the giant money-making factory and possibly even shift its ownership to us. What's also shifting ownership are these ads. Enjoy.
Intriguing.
That is, as they say, I believe, smooth. Actually, the only food I've had today so far has been a pizza, because I've just not been hungry. In the meantime, is there actually any football going on? Hang on, the World Cup somehow is still ongoing, which is just, I don't know why. Let me check. Football. They might actually not be today, for the simple reason that we're sort of like between stuff. Okay, yeah, there is nothing until Tuesday. Okay, good. I mean, good in the sense that it's good that they're taking a break. That's good. And there we go. Welcome back, everyone. So I just checked. There is no football until Tuesday. Hey, Metalman, we sent you a gift. Best regards, BWU. P.S. We are the strongest union in this city.
Interesting.
That counts as bribery, attempted bribery, I believe. Also, Osmo Olet continues to advertise. Oh, I don't need to actually keep it in. Cool. Anything else here?
That
Yes.
makes 8 packs of flashlight batteries.
Answer is yes. Those are cobwebs. That's paperwork. I'm sure it's important paperwork, but it's not interesting paperwork. What do we have? I'm aware. That's just a thingamajig beeping.
That's 9 packs of camera batteries.
See, there's a reason for us to do all of this. Ah, it's a little teddy! How cute. Okay, there we go. Now, in theory... Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially in the metro! We have officially made it out of the I assume it's the workers' union? Also, let me real fast. This is a thing that I need to do.
Wait, what was my PIN number? 1 9 7 3. No, that's not right. 1 3 3 7. Yeah, that was it.
Seriously, it's lead. Okay, now I do need to check something here, because we're doing something here that will only become relevant. Exactly. I do need to check something on the wiki here for a moment. I normally don't do this, but this is a thing that we need to do now that will become relevant all the way in chapter 8. So we do need to check this particular thing. Hang on. That is not what I'm looking for. The moment I put it in on Google, it just gives me nothing. Infra chapter 8. Money. Hang on, there's the Steam community thing. Exactly. No, that is work time overview. We're not at that point yet. Luckily for me, there is actually surprisingly a full infra guide for like all chapters on Steam, which is very helpful. Which I am genuinely really happy about. There we go. We need to withdraw $1,000. Gotcha. So we need to do this one more time. Oh no! So we need to do this for something that's gonna be like relevant, like way down the line. Thank you. Let's also be kind and hello, Mrs. Could you call someone? Also, what does the glam look like? Do show me on Discord once you've sent it. Ah, we were at the Union of Metal Workers staff entrance. Okay. Closed due to water damage. Sorry for inconvenience. Tickets. Can we just not? Never mind. Okay. How do we do this? Oh, wait, hang on. Let's be kind. Actually pay for our ticket. Okay, so we are currently at Pithheat Station. I assume we need to get to Stalberg Central. That seems like the most logical next step.
Hey, I'm at the metro station. That shortcut you sent me on was a fucking death threat, but I made it here in one piece. Just one problem. The station's closed, and I think I'm locked inside. There's some kind of an angry mob outside.
Oh shoot, I forgot about the protest.
How can you forget about it?
Hang on a second. I might have some strings that I can pull.
Yeah.
How can you forget when the big massive thing is happening? Also, hello, goodbye. It was in the newspaper. Metro workers to protest today. Public Transport Workers Union have stated that they will protest today at Stalberg Central Railway Station middle level platform. The protest will begin with a walkout at 2 PM and last for the rest of the day. The protest is expected to cause severe interruptions with the metro traffic on the City Loop line and possibly other lines as well, as we can see. The walkout is the latest event in the public transport workers' fight for better welfare. PTWU has also stated that the main reason for today's protest at the Central Railway Station is the worrying condition of the metro tunnels. Many of the tunnels are in such bad shape that a major collapse could happen at any given moment, says PTWU spokesperson Lars Hindel.
Alright. Mark, you still there?
Yeah.
I called someone who works at the metro, and there should be a maintenance tram somewhere around there. He unlocked the door for you. Take the tram and get back to the office. We need your help in here.
I'll be there soon.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. I believe something has been sent to me. Ooh. Oh, that actually looks really good, Silent. As for the headpiece, I think it could work as you have it now. But there's something to be said about like having like a little knightly helmet piece instead. Yeah, I can see that problem. There could be something there, maybe. I'm sure there has to be something that's less spiky, right? Like, you know that better than I do. Last week, a maintenance worker died from injuries sustained when repairing the metro tunnel near Altrix Square. Two others had minor injuries. PTWU has been in internal turmoil lately as the accusations of poor spending of funds and abstaining from taking action on metro tunnels metro tunnel matters have become louder. Some public transport workers even claim the PTWU leaders are taking money from Stalberg Mass Transit Company to not use their full arsenal of industrial action. They do, we've just seen that. PTWU finally organizing a walkout came as a complete surprise to SMT mediators. We thought we had a good vibe going on with these negotiations, but looks like we were wrong, says Carl Lindenberg, spokesperson for Stalberg Mass Transit. Ooh, yeah. I mean, I can't help you with that. You know best what it is that you want, but... Also, yes, who doesn't want the radioactive hamburger? Let's see, a Walter Square Metro accident anniversary. Today marks the 30th anniversary of the infamous Walter Square Metro accident. Justice for the Metro Victims Civic Group has stated that they will hold a memorial service at the Stalberg Central Railway Station today starting at 12 p.m. Exactly, see? You and I were thinking the same thing. Some of the victims' relatives discussed at the PTWU's plans to protest at the same place at the same time. PTWU reminded that the Metro workers also had relatives in the accident, and their calls with Justice for the Metro Victims is united. The Walter Square Metro accident happened on the 8th of August 1986, when one metro train was accidentally routed to an old and unused portion of the metro network near Walter Square. Vibrations caused by the train collapsed the old tunnel on top of the old train, and a total of 86 passengers went missing and presumed dead. None of the bodies were ever dug up, as authorities claimed that the rescue mission would have been too difficult and dangerous. Many of the victims' relatives believe that not all has been revealed about this accident. There are many theories about what really happened to that metro and its passengers, but as of today, the truth remains a mystery. This has been Tribe reporting for Stalberg Metro News. Now, could somebody please get me out of this metro station? I am meant to document the protest, not be a part of it. Yes, oil Jeffy. Well. There we go. There might be a protest today, but we are kind. We are kind people. Diff heat, ampersand line. But you need to paint something. From the creators of Hammer 12, Hammer 11, it's Hammer 12. I wonder what that could be a reference to. That's yeah, that is completely as expected. Okay, let's redo this bit.
Hey, I'm at the metro station. That shortcut you sent me on was a fucking death threat, but I made it here in one piece. Just one problem. The station's closed, and I think I'm locked inside. There's some kind of an angry mob outside.
Oh shoot, I forgot about the protest. Could you hang on a second? I might have some strings that I can pull.
Yeah.
Let us pretend as if we did, in fact, not crash onto the railways just now. We need to paint something. Tarfel. Well. Let's see, what else there? The radioactive hamburger. Yes. That is bad. That is probably not as it should be. Completely weird mushrooms. What was I laughing at again? Alright, over here. Sign up now so we can keep an eye on you. You know what? I'll give iBook this. It is more honest than a certain other company is.
Alright. Mark, you still there?
Yeah.
I called someone who works at the metro, and there should be a maintenance tram somewhere around there. He unlocked the door for you. Take the tram and get back to the office. We need your help in here.
I'll be there soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. We haven't had a drink all day. Indeed. Oh, crud, I'm already now. Hang on. I don't see it anywhere, but yeah. All right, you're right. I mean, it's. I believe it even was like. Wow, hang on. Can I see that again? Hang on. What's up with this physics? Hang on. What? What's up with those particular physics? Anyway, need to find a thing. Which I did notice the fact that we could open something. Exactly. Now you too can get pretend food. Now you too can go ahead and get your pretend drink. Okay, there we go. We can't. Okay. Well, was worth a try. I'm sure it's one of these. Well, you know, the 10 seconds of fresh air that we had was nice. Hang on, where do you lead? In a curious mind's desire to know.
That's 9 packs of flashlight batteries.
I'll take it. But yeah, it's actually kind of funny that Instagram had like this AI feature and they had to immediately stop using it. It's like, what exactly were they expecting here? Well, whatever it was like less than 24 hours after they had introduced it that they had to unintroduce it. It's like, yeah, because apparently people were using it for the usual bullshit. It's like, yeah, what exactly were you expecting? Oh. Oh. I'll take that. That's a switch control. Toggle you to the old track. Believe that will work. See here, what else do we have? Lights and thing. This is very important. As is ocean. Ooh, hang on, what do we have here? This is a new one, I believe. Starbuck nuclear power production about to double. BlackRock nuclear power plant to build a third reactor by 22. The new reactor will produce more energy than the old two combined. Starbuck Industrial Power, SIP, don't forget everyone to take your sippy, has announced that after several major barrier setbacks, the BlackRock 3 reactor will finally begin operating in the spring of 2018. You know it's in the past, as a result. The third reactor has been under construction since 2008 and was supposed to be finished by 2012, but because of multiple issues, the project has been prolonged time and again. The new plant will use the new EPR type reactor, which is a third generation pressurized water reactor design. The power output of the reactor will be roughly 1600 megawatts, which puts the current to 780 megabytes BWR reactors to shame, which I'm not certain if that's a real thing, but I don't know why they would lie about that. And there is some new metal tanks causing numerous problems at Stalberg International Airport. Well, I guess this works. Okay.
Nice ride.
Well, I will give it this for once. We don't need to worry about our ride. I hope. With this place, you never know for sure. Where do I put in the key? I have. Where does one put the key? There we go. Well, there we go. We are actively getting closer to our destination for the first time in ages. Cool. This is cool. That's less cool. Next stop, Central Station. Central Station, next stop. I will be honest, as a child, I did wonder what the cockpit of a train looks like. And I've never actually been inside one, but still nice. No, let's not do that. Let's keep it at a nice, slow and steady 18 kilometers an hour. Slow and steady wins the race. I actually was in the metro last week because there was. Oh, hang on, I need to. Oh no, I can't do anything for the moment. No, wait, hang on, I can. No, barely. I'm currently on the rails. I cannot stop the train if I wanted to. Also, that looks very cool, Silent. I'm only now seeing what you sent on Discord. Because, I mean, I can technically stop it, but... Normally I wouldn't give attention to those kinds of people, but... Of course, when you are... Okay, we can go to move this up to... Oh, good lord. Okay, that is a lot faster than it normally is. And that's a loading screen. That's... Okay. Well, the good news is that we are getting closer to our destination. For the first time. Like, we are making actual progress. So, maybe we get lucky? Or maybe we probably don't. Okay. Obviously, though, it's really cool to be in the cockpit. Oh, that looks bad.
I'm pretty sure that's not meant to be like that.
I am 100% certain it's not meant to be like that. That's an exit. I hope it's not the one we needed. Something tells me that steam in the metro tunnels is not great. Oh, next. Oh, wait, hang on. Next station, Stern Hill. Travel here for, I don't know. What's up at Stern Hill? Oh, that is cool that they've done that here. Where like, if you need to be on the Stern Hill line, then this is the route you take. But otherwise, you would be taking. But otherwise, you can just. The metro uses the one down here, which just speeds past the station in the first place. Okay, we are at Stern Hill. Can't quite see where that is, but I assume we're working our way towards Central. But no, yeah. I will say though, I had a bit of a shit day today because every single time I tried to talk to my parents, there was just a constant blatter of questioning every choice that I made. Oh, okay, never mind. But no, it was like, so it's gonna be 32 degrees on Thursday when I have a couple of appointments in the middle of the city. And I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and take the bus. You know? Let's just grab the bus to the to where I need to go. It's like a 2-minute walk from where I need to be. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'll be taking the bus on Thursday. And my parents are like, why? I'm just like, it's like because it's gonna be 32 degrees Celsius and like it's a 20-minute walk to the train station, and I'm not gonna be walking 20 minutes in that heat. Like, the best way I've described it in regards to this stuff is like, once the numbers start making sense for an American, that's when you know it's getting really hot in Europe. Because I have obviously other American friends that also aren't always and to be honest, I also sometimes get with Fahrenheit that my brain also goes like, what do the numbers mean? And I'm like, the moment that the numbers start resembling Fahrenheit is when you know that it's getting hot in Europe. Anyway, AMP Strand Line. Oh, is it? Oh, well, you would know that better than I do. Anyway, next up is on the East Cupper Park. Next up, Cupper Park. Well, talk about a fun coincidence. I swear to... Yeah, but not every single American knows. So it's often, it's just an easy, quick-handed way to be like, oh yeah, once the numbers start sounding the same, as in like, oh, I recognize it for Fahrenheit, that's when heat is involved. There's a small problem, there's an ad break happening, but I cannot actually stop the train. So I'm gonna travel through, you're gonna enjoy the ads. And right at that moment, the train is suddenly...
I should have seen that coming.
Well, we're just gonna wait here for a moment while the ad break is in progress. Exactly. Well, someone is gonna be confused when we get back from the ad break. There we go. Welcome back, everyone. I can explain why the train is like this. No, I can't, but... I can explain.
Must be careful not to go too deep.
I can explain. See, what happened is that...
Still 8 packs of batteries left.
When a mommy metro and a daddy metro like each other very much, the ground collapses beneath them. And you get stuck in an underused part of the metro system.
That's not good.
This is counted as a separate thing. It doesn't, okay. Oh, do tell. Hang on, you go. No. God damn it. Well, we are. I had forgotten Mark is incapable of basic.
Be careful not to go too deep.
I had forgotten that Mark is incapable of basic swimming.
Still 8 packs of batteries left.
So, yeah. Let's take our lucky valve with us. There we go. Well, we are back in the Bergman tunnels, which was technically part of our assignment once, very long ago. Okay, hang on, you can go here. Okay. Oh, do show me. Because I did play No Sleep for Konami Derby. Oh, hang on, let me see. Do need to be careful because I got a battery here. See here! Oh, good lord. Yeah, I am. Yeah, that's fair. That is very fair. Iris is so, but to be fair, you can say that about half of Zero Escape, where it's like, oh, there is this plot-relevant item. Wow, we are so lucky that no one is capable of, you know. Yeah, that is a solid question, but it's like you can ask that about like half the things in Zero Escape in the Zero Escape series as well. But it's like, oh, this very plot-relevant item only works if you don't do an obvious thing. Oh, does it now? I gotta admit, like, I only have Zero Time Dilemma on the docket for after Infra, because Zero Time Dilemma is its own special kind of bullshit, of random bullshit go. Like, let's face it, we all know that the entire reason that I'm gonna be streaming Zero Time Dilemma is because it is unique. It's also just it's just also just the kind of game that's so bad it becomes funny to start to stream. Like I like, don't get me wrong, I really like the game, but it's also like, yeah, oh, absolutely, it absolutely does. But also, Future's Lost Reward is gonna take like 40 hours to fully stream, and to be honest, I don't have the mental fortitude to do a Sunday stream that's gonna take 40 hours. Hang on, can I? Like, if it was just part of the normal stuff, I would absolutely do it. But you say, oh god, there are so many moments that are just absolutely wild. I mean, the aliens are obviously the most obvious one. But that feels like cheating. Yep, nope, that's fair. That is fair. God, that is actually a very solid question. Like, what would be the... Oh, wait, hang on, I think I know what we use. I think I know what we use the valve for. And you know what? I fully agree with the alpha. So if we keep it to purely 999 of Future's Last Reward, because I do think it's a genuinely solid question. That is a good one. It has to be in Future's Last Reward, to be honest. I'm not certain what.
Someone should get that fixed.
But as for the weirdest thing, because I feel like 999 has got its stuff pretty well. Like, there is some weird things about 999, but it's not like the weirdest stuff that we've ever seen. Also, for some reason, this is not working. Oh, righty tighty, lefty loosey. I almost want to say Dio's existence. Like, that's the part that is just never explained. There's another pipe that is running. Gotcha. But like, yeah, for me, I think it's Dio's existence. Because it is just never elaborated upon. I mean, yeah, like, when I say his existence, I more so mean like we never learn anything really about the Myrmidons, because it is obviously kind of assumed that, you know, Brother is Zero from Virtue's Last Reward, but that makes no sense. So it's like, you've got this whole thing, and like, we never learn who Brother is. And it's one of those points where I'm like, it's kinda... Yeah, but that's the problem, is I have played Zero Time Dilemma, so therefore it sort of retroactively becomes a problem. And I agree with you that if it isn't, and apart from that, I think, to be honest, like, Zero Time Dilemma and 999 obviously have their bases pretty well covered. There is, talking about retroactively, the puzzle in the PC version of 999 retroactively becomes really awkward. There we go, let's get a lucky valve here. Because obviously the puzzle is just fundamentally different in the PC version. Instead of the Sudoku. I mean, he was technically involved, it's just that he was never planned to be. I think that once again, a lot of the problems, and this is sort of like the same as with Brother, a lot of problems, all of that become weird in Virtue's Last Reward, become weird in hindsight. I mean, I can't blame him, because if he goes like if you look at it, the Never Stand, that is true, but I think if you look at sort of like the whole sequence of events, like, it's not the original Junpei that is... One moment, I would love to talk, but what's the treatment plan? Second. Like, this place is flooded. But no, I think the problem with Tenmyoji is that it becomes weird only once again due to Zero Time Dilemma, because it's not technically the original Junpei that's in Virtue's Last Reward. Because the original Junpei of the timeline had his head blown off. So I think the part where he's like, okay, make sure entire world's free hollow, retroactively, I think we can say that that's the part where he admits that he's technically a clone. Is there meant to be a way to figure out this puzzle, or are you just... Which is what? Everything about the aliens in Antarctica? I mean, I don't disagree with you there, if that's your answer. Although Carlos saying, come on, shoot me, definitely... is like in the top 5 moments of Zero Time Dilemma. Just Carlos looking at a deeply angry person and going, come on, shoot me, I won't die. And it's like, you're kinda asking Eric to test that particular theory. And we all know it's not gonna end well for you. Oh, wait, hang on. Control units. Let's close all of you. That's the lock. Okay, hang on. B1. Oh, wait, hang on. This is maybe just as simple as A2. Okay, C2 locks it. Oh god, yes, I'd forgotten about that. Green. Is A1 as well, maybe? I am just testing things out. Okay, so we want it open, so that's A2. Next, there are definitely a lot of questions that one can have on that front. So A2 is open. We don't... Do we maybe want to have red? So B1 is closed. We don't want it closed. We want it green, so we don't want C1. We want A1. C2 is the lock. Oh, wait, hang on, it says something here. I don't know why B2 works, but I'll take it. And we are going to the water treatment plant. Cool. I mean, to be like the author said, Zero Time Dilemma is kind of cheating on that front. Like, there are so many quotable moments in that game, it is slightly unfair. Okay. That's natural gas. That's always a good sign. Well. Oh no, not again! Not, no! Come on, just let me out!
Seven packs of batteries left.
That's not the problem here!
Well, at least the fire alarms are working.
Also not the problem. Right. Low pH. I will deal with that in a moment. I will deal with the low pH value in a moment. I'm first gonna see if I can get rid of... Obviously its own sauna. That's a green key card, good. Where is the alarm? Control room 4-2. Oh, there we go.
I'm starting to get the idea that you are trying to kill me on purpose.
What?
The fucking metro tunnel collapsed, and it took the maintenance tram with it. I'm at some kind of an underground water plant now. It was difficult to get here in one piece. I almost got burned to a crisp in one of the hallways.
Shit, that sounds bad.
No shit, Sherlock.
Glad you're okay though. You think you can find your way out of there?
Well, it's not like I have a choice. I'll call it when I'm out.
Okay, well, we fixed all the other power water plants. So, might as well try and fix this one as well. Welcome to our next big puzzle. Welcome to the Pith Heat water plant. Also known as, oh dear lord, I have there is no reason for me to be allowed to touch any of these buttons.
Doesn't look like I'm getting out that way.
Thomas Bob, Thomas Balog. The one thing I'm curious about, though, in regards to Zero Time Dilemma, is apparently all the passwords are
That makes 10 packs
universe,
of batteries for the flashlight.
like, are dependent on the universe you're in, and I'm just confused as to how he did that, because that sounds like the best possible security system that you can have. Can you give my keycard to Victor? You want the damn beer game? I'll pay you, I promise. I hope you don't flush my You didn't flush my keycard yet. You wouldn't do that, right? Yes, you would. Like, that sounds like genuinely the best security system that there is. Oh, that could possibly be it. It's that, like, oh, and then dependent on that he just had it all set up and makes it look as if there are multiple realities, when in reality it's just, okay.
Doesn't look like I'm getting out that way either.
That's actually relatively smart. Makes it seem like you're more serious than... Neat. Okay, we have the control room. Okay, warning low pH. So, hang on, what is going on here? So, flocculation is not working. There is raw water is just... No, I mean, in a few weeks we'll know. Okay, hang on, there is so much going on here. Hang on, there is so much happening. Okay, so we have low pH, which is a problem. So flocculation is currently not working. We have lines going everywhere. Let's follow one of the lines and see where it leads. So raw water is currently an issue, which should in theory lead into flocculation, which is not working for reasons because of low pH value. That's something we can probably fix. There is also... Hang on. Good lord. Okay. So then it goes into sedimentation, which is also not working. Goes into filtration and then is going outside. There's another line which goes directly from flocculation. So disinfection is all working. Into a line that is currently not working. There's also raw water that is entering into coagulation and filtration before being immediately moved out to whatever is next. I am utterly confused here. Oh, wait, hang on. There's a thing here. Hang on. Coagulation leads to flocculation, leads to sedimentation, leads to filtration, leads to disinfection. Something wrong with the main pool, so we can use the reserve pools. Bergman tunnel water problem, reserve water source, how to change the right settings. I am gonna... There we go. I'm gonna turn that into a... So the first step is gonna be... Based on this... Coagulation, which I assume is this that's working. So we want to move the flocculation tanks to here. Okay, that is a job that I am not qualified for, but we can try. We sort of made this mess. Like, we sort of are responsible for this mess, so we should probably fix it as well.
Can't carry any more of these.
Well, that is surprisingly good news. Okay, where's the toilets? Over here. Now we have access to multiple other things. No, we don't. Absolutely. Classic prank. There was a... Here, okay, there we go. So this leads, I assume, to where we... Oh, it's yellow, okay. There we go, there's an orange card. Now we have access to the entire facility. Haha. Let's see here. I'll take... No, I'll take it.
I don't think I can fit these in my pockets.
Well, how good for you. Blueprints, files. Well, so far they're not lying. No, you are different.
That makes 8 packs of camera batteries.
So, fun fact, there is actually a second game in this universe. Called Open Sewer, which is a survival building kind of thing. Let's see here. Vanessa Pop. Ooh, there's an outbreak starting in a minute. Cool. I don't know what the boss is thinking, but I don't think it's a good idea to try and hide our little water problem here. The large flocculation pool has its share of problems and our system is acting up. But the boss keeps yelling at us to keep everything normal. I haven't seen the boss here for a while, he only sends emails. No. See here, we will read the email after the ad break. Which will happen now. Just kind of vibing for a moment. There we go, welcome back from the ad break. There's actually something interesting happening in regards to the real world-ish. So, if you are a fan of Ace Attorney, then you know that there are real-world dates that can be put to when certain trials happen because of one moment that a year is mentioned, which is the DL6 incident. Well, today is technically the day after the third case of Apollo Justice. So people on the subreddit are making sort of like reporter-style news write-ups for that particular case from like a citizen's point of view, which is always really fun to see. It's also really sad. In a few months we will have the last one from those. Wonder if they're even gonna do it, because technically it was a closed trial, I believe. Oh well. The Bookman water tunnel flow seems to have almost stopped. We might need to start taking water from the reserve pool, but we need to change the settings to get it to work. Not sure what happened in the tunnels, but I know we have to do something because no one works in the Bergman tunnels anymore. That was us. We are responsible. Hello. Remember when Robert was still working there? I kind of miss him, breaking things and goofing around. It wasn't very safe, but at least there was some action. So many days now. But anyway, I can't even get a connection to the Piffy water treatment plant. Are they drinking again there or what? You should be able to see what's the situation in the tunnels. From the Piffy water treatment plant. Cool. I've been trying to call you all day. I need to tell you about something weird that happened at the Piffy water treatment plant. Some guy came in while everyone else was away and fixed pretty much everything. I don't know who the guy was, but I really want him to work here. Yeah. It's still nice to see our work be acknowledged. You know, it gives a sense of time progressing. Also, you know that it's a European game because it has a Dutch name in it. Chris Jesus. Urban legend. Yeah, man. True legend right here. What do we have? Vanessa Pop. Thomas Balog. Vivi Pondar. Okay, so we know from what we've seen that
I still have 9 packs of batteries left.
so we know from everything that we are fundamentally responsible for all of this, and also that the flocculation system is currently not working. Okay, cool. So the main question is, how do we get the flocculation system working? No water filtration. Oh, wait, hang on. Okay. What was it again? It was coagulation, blockation, filtration, right? Hang on. I have... Yeah, coagulation, which leads into flocculation, which leads into sedimentation, which leads to filtration, which leads to disinfection. Question, do we want to put the raw water in right now, or do we want to first fix everything else? I think we want to first fix everything, which means we need to get the pools for flocculation up and running. But before we just do anything, let's first...
That's 9 packs of camera batteries.
make sure that we've checked everything. So I think step 1 is flocculation. That's the first step in the process. That's the part that that could possibly be our fault. Can we? Oh, wait, hang on. Okay, easy, steady as she goes. Steady as she goes. Steady as she goes. This is a disaster waiting to happen. Okay, sewer pipe 3. And let's get rid of flocculation. Okay, so we have sewer pipe 3 and the water is temporarily being diverted. I don't think that that's the biggest problem on the planet. The important point is that the flocculation pool is no longer being used for anything. Oh, no. God damn it. Okay, so we first want to do this because this way the water can be moved into the sewage for now without the pipes overflowing. So flocculation is now in. I assume at least that's what the sewer pipe is for. I am not sure, but it's probably there for a reason. Is there a way for me to see what's going on? Okay, yeah, there's one over there. Okay, so oh, we have just okay. So we need to activate the 2 flocculation pools. That's not these 2. Where is flocculation? I should have... There we go, here's flocculation. That's 1. Okay, so from what I've seen, we've activated flocculation. I wasn't saying anything because of the sound. Okay, so flocculation is now open. We need to close the pipes that are going into flocculation. So coagulation is currently running, flocculation is running. We need to get sedimentation up and running next. And we want to close off the pools towards it, from what I can see. But I'm kind of worried that, according to the flow line, sedimentation is also currently not working. Might need to open those up as well. But one of these sediment pools is... Okay, so from what I can see, I'm constantly coming back to this chart because I want to make sure that I know what it is that I'm doing. So water is now flowing in here. Okay, so water is no longer flowing into flocculation. water flow has stopped. That's a bad idea. Let's keep the water flow going. Let's wait with this until we have water flow going in that case. So next up it's sediment, which is, I assume, elsewhere in the facility? Oh, okay, there we go. There's an entire subsection right here. Flocculation pool and sewer pipe 3. Okay. That's the raw water pool. Okay, so something is still going wrong. Okay. So currently water is flowing out. Okay, so currently there is no water flowing whatsoever anywhere. I would argue that that is good. For now at least. Because now the sewage water is just not flowing. From there. This feels like the last thing that we need to do. That's the pump. Don't drain the sewage pipe to the raw water or flocculation pool, at least not when they are in use. Okay, so as long as this is not running, the sewage will not run. That's good. That means that this is the last thing that we do. We only activate sewage once every other system is working, so we now need to get sedimentation up and running. Every once in a while, I'm feeling like a smart person. It is pipe 3. Okay, that's where the valve is. Okay. So, once again, raw water is currently a problem. It's going... Okay, hang on. So, raw water is currently, once we activate it, going through the big tank. It moves up through coagulation. That one is all working. Then it goes down. We need to close the pipes to flocculation so that it moves into the mini tanks. We have just activated those. From there, the water is drained into sedimentation and filtration from where it moves up. So we need to activate both raw water at some point, which is the last thing that we want to do. And we need to activate the pipes here. So that's gonna be our next goal. There are multiple valves here, in fact. Okay. So these are all sedimentation tanks. I kinda know I used to have like a little booklet when I was like 6 years old about how like water was treated, which was like with a little water droplet that was going through the recycling structure. It was actually kind of cute. Didn't make me want to work there, but was still cute and interesting, and like, you know, when you're 6 years old, you're all, oh. I even wanted like a plushie of that thing, but I never got it.
That makes 10 packs of camera batteries.
Ah, hang on. Okay, hang on. We have found one of the pipes. Okay, so we want it into... I think we are... Yeah, no, we don't want to get it into filtration, because filtration happens after sedimentation. I'm once again gonna go ahead and grab the thing. I have some level of ADHD, I feel. Yeah, sedimentation and filtration. So we don't want to activate this one. I'm gonna save here just in case. So we want to move it to sedimentation. Let's see here. Okay, so there we go. So that now all activates. So let's do the final steps one final time. So raw water moves into here, goes into coagulation, that's all working, goes down into flocculation where currently nothing is running. From there it moves into normal flocculation where it's also disinfected. No, wait, hang on. It then moves into sedimentation where it goes through the different cycles. Then it moves into filtration, and then after filtration it is disinfected. We don't need to do anything with disinfection. Okay, now we need to do first is get rid of the flocculation pipes now that everything is running. So get rid of those pipes first, and then open up the sewage. Oh, wait, hang on. We also probably want to close off the pipe. Okay. Okay. Okay, there is no problem here because flocculation is now... Okay, so now all the water is running. One way or another, that's all working. Now the main question is, do we want to keep both pipes open or not? Like I said, raw water is currently no problem. The entire thing that we're doing here is... Okay, no, wait, hang on. That's just pure sewage. We can, I think, now open up. If not, we can always go back down and close that particular pipe. Did I do something bad? I did. I do not need to touch those. Oh wait, hang on, those are the two sewer pipes. Leads to the raw water pool and flocculation pipe. Okay, I think we want to close this off. Constantly double checking. Okay, no, that's the wrong pipe to close down. Localization and sewer. Did that say sewer? Hang on. Localization and sewer pipe. Okay, yeah, no. Then I think the last thing that we need to do is find ourselves one of you and activate the sewage pipe. Let's read it one final time. Don't drain the sewage pipe to raw water or flocculation pool, at least not when they are in use. Move the valve just in case. Hang on. Don't drain the sewage pipe to the raw water or flocculation pool. Yeah, it's a bit late for that. I think we've done all we can. Right. Okay, I'm gonna need to look up what it was that I'm doing wrong here. So do give me a moment. Okay, pipes are turned off. So currently, for those of you who are curious, I'm currently looking at this bit over here. So I might follow this guide for a moment. Because I get the feeling that I did something wrong and I can't say what it was that I did wrong. All 4 buttons are pushed. We know that it's the flocculation pool. Close the flocculation valve. That might be what we've not done. So I won't be able to see chat for a moment, because it's pretty clear that I did something fundamentally wrong. And I want to learn what it was I did wrong, so I can learn from my mistakes. Also, oh dear lord, that is still terrifying. This is not OSHA approved. Okay, that's on, that's closed. There was no reason for us to come here. I am slightly annoyed at myself. Because now turn on the raw water flocculation pipe. Did I not? Oh, that's the bit I might have missed that bit.
That should do it.
There we go. Now we got the little jingle that tells us that everything is fine and correct. So raw water is now moving towards coagulation. Over here. It is moving into flocculation. From there it moves into the sedimentation, blah blah blah. Pointer is, we fixed it! Hooray! With only minimal sewage water. I do humbly apologize for that. If anyone has any complaints, go and send it to 0800 I don't care. Or otherwise the Pith Heat water plant, I'm sure the Pith Heat water plant will otherwise take all of your complaints. Do you work? You do. And for those of you curious, that was a joke that from the Grand Tour. So don't worry. I don't think that anything that what you guys are saying is genuinely bad. But it's a joke from the final ever special from the show. Is there a way to... Okay, so not there. So where is an exit? Also, I've been so focused on like fixing the plant that I didn't even check to see if there's anything broken here. I should probably try and do that. What is broken is the air brake, because it's pretty clear telling me that it happens in 30 seconds. Can you believe it? I know I can't. I'm in the meantime trying to find a way out because I can't find it. And there we go, welcome back. I was just kind of messing around. Paul, attention, please note the part of the cat will be underwater when the reservoir is filled. So it's a tiny boat.
Shit, that looks really bad.
That might have been our fault.
That makes 10 packs of batteries for the flashlight.
I am going to casually ignore the fact that that's probably our fault. So let's ignore that, and let's in the meantime try and find a way out. We can't go topside because apparently everyone decided to take an early Friday afternoon and locked the door behind us. Okay, so that's not the way forward, I think. Okay, can't enter that. That looks normal. It's a moment, also a good moment to. That's broken. That's a fire alarm. Okay. If I were an exit, where would I be? Well, that works. That seems to imply some level of being useful. Kinda don't want to look it up if I can help it. But I might have to, so give me one moment. It is rather awkward, but I genuinely can't find the exit. Hatch on the left hand side. We've got to take it down. Open the. Okay. Thomas Bollock's room, second floor. Take a photograph. There's also still take the minecart to get out of the module. Wait, what? Hang on. Yeah, so see. Photograph at the end of this big hall. This room. Okay. Go back outside. Photograph the water leak. I haven't done it yet. Might as well do that as well. Second floor, I take a point out. Select the surface tunnels again and take them. What do you mean take the minecart? What minecart? It says take the minecart. There's only one minecart. It is not working last I checked. Well, a couple of things we did miss according to everything is surprisingly the things that you would think I would have photographed by now. I have not.
I'm pretty sure that's not meant to be like that.
Kind of one of the major problems is that in order to get the best ending, you need to collect 90% of all documentation in this general region. let's go back down into this. Does that mean over here? Don't think it does. We can go back up for a moment. Up to the offices. The control room. That's all working now because we got like the thing. And yes, the chapters are longer than they were earlier. Okay, hang on. I apparently did something wrong here. Wait, hang on. The key is most definitely not in the third room on the... Oh, this is a glitched thing. Okay, so apparently, according to people... CM... there is meant to be... a key... Oh, there we go. And if you don't... if you apparently sometimes... So, before this water plant, we had another water plant. And if you... Sometimes the game will not acknowledge that you have
like a ton of these things already.
that you have fixed it. What the hell do we have here? Pollution levels in the water are abnormally high. It could be related to controversial uranium mine. According to Freshwater Act of 1959, Starbuck Water has veto rights on projects endangering water supplies. What did the former director approve? Former director retired and is living in a luxurious wooden villa that he can't afford, not with these salaries. Seems together with the mine officials on multiple occasions, bribed into approving mine. Let me see here. Starbuck Water General Board meeting date the 15th of March, 83. Pasiaka, Alex Norton, Amber Neves, and Aaron Reed. Starbucks Water stands on the Blackwater Uranium Mine Project. General Director Pasi opens meeting. Pasi suggests approval for the uranium mine, claiming that with modern mining technology, along with the mine's 10-meter safe distance from the lake, will ensure that the quality of the Starbucks drink... 10 meters? Oh wait, never mind. It was the 80s. It was the 80s. Something tells me that 10 meters was already considered government overreach. Aaron opposes even in Finland. Aaron opposes the approval of the mine project with obscurity surrounding the project, backed by multiple reports showing serious shortcomings in the plans. Pasi starts with regarding issue. Pasi, Alex, and Amber vote in approval. Aaron votes against. Starbuck Water Mine decides to support the construction of the uranium mine with a majority vote of 3 out of 4. Starbuck Water Quality must react. Over limit, very high, small traces of sewage in potable water.
Interesting. Can't carry any more of these.
Like, I don't know how it was in America, but over here in Europe, the 80s were when Thatcherism began to be a thing, so something tells me that water quality wasn't at the forefront. Okay, now we need to somehow get into the mines. Let's be kind. Close all doors that we don't need. Okay, I am completely lost as to where we need to go next. Like, do we need to go down here? Doesn't seem like it. Hang on, someone got fall down in that. He was Reagan, but usually on point. Fashion was strange politically. It was all Reagan, which was either great or miserable, depending on who you ask. I shall not ask any further questions in that case. That is... kind of figured it was. I know there is a YouTube video. I could check that. It says to go back into the sewers, but this is the lowest we can go at the moment. The other reason I don't want to is because the moment I see it, I will be going, ah. But I am gonna need to. I am completely lost. What does it say here? Stalwart Central Water Plant. It says here, return to the silver tunnels again and take the minecart to get out of this, but it just isn't. Hang on. Turn sewer pipe 1 off. Maybe I've not quite done yet after all.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Okay, now we are... Okay, now we are done. I was just... I had like... I don't know why, but like the thing was like doing its like little... Ooh, you've done it jingle? So that's probably why I got confused. I probably did something else that I was supposed to do, and I just got very confused. There's apparently another water leak around there that I am not seeing. Okay, there we go. Now we can actively enter the next map. There we go. Okay, now we have access to the next part. So essentially, when we messed up, nobody was even noticing it because there was already sewage, which is... I think the right word for it is yikes. Yes, I'll go with yikes.
I'm starting to think this was a bad idea. I should have just taken a cab. Or a paid vacation.
Yeah, you know what? I'm with Mark on this one. Yes. At this point,
Someone should get that fixed.
I will be honest, at this point I feel like this is part of just hazard pay.
I still have 9 packs of batteries left.
Like, I kind of feel at this point Mark should be given some serious hazard pay. And to be honest, given the service that we're doing to the city, which is technically because it was all our fault, yeah, the city can pay for this.
I'm pretty sure that's not meant to be like that.
Okay.
I still have 9 packs of batteries left.
I don't. Anything else? No. Okay. I still have 9 packs of nope. But I mean, Silent, who do you feel should be paying for Mark's vacation? Because... Me? No. I mean, to be fair, I am the one forcing him through all of this. I believe there's actually a fun Easter egg in there, where if you use no-clip, there's actually a fun little Easter egg waiting. Or at least fun if you played the game before.
That makes 10 packs of camera batteries.
And stop. Okay. Welcome to what is gonna be a bit of a puzzle section. Because we haven't had enough of those yet.
I don't think I can fit these in my pockets.
Codes. Water plant door, steam control door. I'll just... There we go. Door A, storage room C. Okay, I have just taken a quick picture of that. Question is, can we get past that? Unlock. SMS, okay. CMS, my bad. That is central. Okay. That was... What was the code again for that? Let me check. Central station tunnel, metro, pipe control room. All right. Water plant doors. We're looking for CMS or WPD. I'm assuming that means water plant door. Bergman tunnel entrance. Central station doors, maybe 8453? Cool. Okay, what needs to be fixed? Steam pipe leak. Yes, I kind of figured as much. Okay. Well. Okay, so the idea is probably that we, in some way or another... Let's first save... Okay, so where does the pipe leak begin?
I have like a ton of these things already.
Do I walk underneath it? I don't. Okay, we are... See, experimentation. We are learning. See, we are currently learning. The main question is... where does the pipe lead? Okay. Steam area 8 pipe leak, steam pipe leak. That
Can't
is
carry any more of these.
in every single way not useful. Maybe the steam control room? No, that sounds dumb. I know what I need to do. I know where I need to go, but the problem is... Okay, oh, hang on. This is C2. Storage room C2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like we can't go in here. It's probably gonna be water. We've just gotten ourselves a key, but we can't do anything with it. Like, I can try. What was the code again for 1, 2, 3, 4? That's all not working. Okay. I'll go ahead and look this up just in case. I really don't want to. Oh, hang on, there's a door that we can... I am such a dumbass. I can just open the door, which I didn't think to check because it looks like every other door in the building. Yes, try it. Why did you not bother to check this door?
That's not good.
Because it looks like... Because it looks like every other door that has ever existed.
That's not good.
Okay, that's good. So you already did it for the other one. So now we can go ahead and continue. We also have an ad break in 40 seconds.
Someone should get that fixed.
Everything about this looks bad. Okay, so there's nothing we can do here. Okay, we have a grand experiment that we are going to try. In a few moments, once the ad break is officially over and finished. So in the meantime... It's in the meantime, go ahead and see what's going on elsewhere in the world. Or rather, I'm currently continue reading the sort of like fake newspaper. There we go, welcome back everyone. I have, while the ad break was running, done some things. So, problem, we cannot actively go with the mushrooms. The reason for that is simple. It is deadly. So here's what we're gonna do. Gonna go ahead, let this do its thing. It's gonna run. And there we go. So now it is, in theory, on the right track. It's looking like the right way. There we go. I also made some pictures just in case. And now we should, in theory, yes. Okay, we've got ourselves transportation to Central. We...
Shit.
Not a fucking can!
I'm pretty sure that's not meant to be like that. Oh.
How many times is something going to break because we drive past it? At this point, we should be getting more than merely vacation time. The amount of tunnels that are breaking because of the fact that we are taking a leisurely drive are, quite frankly,
I still have 9 packs of batteries left.
yes. Yes. Like, it is beginning to get a bit ridiculous. Okay, let me see here. So that follows that road, then that goes over here, which is not what we want. There we go. Okay, that's doing its job, and that will then lead us over here.
Can't carry any more of these.
Oh, what-de-do. Well, that seemingly is working as intended, so I'm not gonna make a picture of that. Assuming that the train is just kinda there just because. And to think, it all began with a leisurely scroll through a very pleasant forest. Well, seems we gotta reach the end of our station here. Exactly. Like, can you just imagine having just... This has to be the worst day he's ever had. And if not, then that is saying a lot for... Oh no, of course. Automated gate. Yeah, no, of course. So where do we go from here? Automated gate. Oh, there we go. Well, little train, you did manage to help us, so thank you for that. Also, here's a dumb question from someone that has never held an actual job before. Where can you check what your average salary is? Like, I genuinely don't know these kinds of very basic things of like, okay, where do you need to go for things? Okay. This is dangerous. Yeah, I did think of checking Glassdoor as well, but it does have some stuff, but not a lot. Bunker hideout. Hang on, wait, what? Okay.
I have like a ton of these things already.
Yeah, I mean, I assume the same as well.
That makes 10 packs of camera batteries.
Like, I'm assuming we have some kind of regional equivalent. Hang on. Okay, that's not it. Like, you're probably not wrong there. You know, because the last thing I obviously want is that I get ripped off in some way. I assume they won't, because they're part of the government and it's an EU scheme thing. So there are some more protections in place than normal, but it's still not the kind of thing where I just want to take my chances. Like, I'll be honest, I'm just kind of messing around with pipes in the hope that something changes. Only for Dach. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll just need to kind of assume that an EU project isn't going to try and screw me over. Okay. We are getting closer. Yes, it is Deutschland, Schweiz und Austria. And the CH stands for Schweiz. Or Switzerland. So it would be Deutschland, Austria, Schweiz. There we go. Well, the good news is that we are entering a new map. The bad news is I don't know where the map is going to lead us.
Good luck getting train traffic through that.
Civilization, I'll stay right here. Oh dear lord. It really does feel like we are just causing these things even if we have nothing to... Well, the good news is we made it to
Strange
Central.
to see this place deserted like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've got some great news. Welcome to Central. Oh, complete with its own musicals thing.
Great. There's no signal.
So we went, hang on. So we went from... Let me see if I can get this correct. So we went from Pit Heath, which is where we started, to Stan Hill, then to Copper. At Elm Street we broke through and we've been walking / using the most dangerous thing we've ever used to get to Stahlberg Central Railway Station. Well, from here it should be a relatively easy walk, right? I kind of like this timetable, to be honest. It's like it's not even trying to explain anything to outsiders. It's just, oh yeah, between 5 and 6 it's 10-minute intervals. It's 5-minute intervals. Oh dear. By all means, have a laugh. It is. Let's see what see what the stop names were. Oh, by all means, go ahead and tell me which one you were enjoying. Yeah, there is actually. So I think that's because there is. Yeah, that is Turnip Hill, which is one of the locations in. Oh, by all means. Hey, man, that part of the sentence is to make you laugh. But no, Turnip is actually part of Turnip Hill, which is a place in, I want to say, Open Sewer, which is the technically sort of sequel to this game. I will say, though, it looks like they did genuinely try to give Stahlberg a reasonable metro line. Like, all of these definitely make some level of sense. Like A zone, B zone, C zone, National Fair. If this is like the capital region, then I can totally see there be a need for so many metros. Oh my god, this brings me back. Oh, this brings me back right here. Like, Utrecht Centraal, which is the main train station of the country, used to have like this old clackety clack board where every single time that the destination change, you would hear this clacking of the board. Let me see if I can actually find a picture of it. It is genuinely a really cool little neat little detail. There we go. Here, this one. Oh, wait, hang on. Not gaming. There we go. Found it. So this is what I'm talking about. Like, they used to have this massive board, and you would hear the characteristic sound of the clacking whenever a train left and a new train was added onto the, and all the trains were moved up by one. Like, this is nostalgia right here. Like, this right here is nostalgia for me. This is... I distinctly remember, because so many trains move to and from Utrecht, and you often need to switch around. It is such a nice sound, because every single time, because you can sort of like intuitively be like, okay, in 3 clicks, I need to go to the train. Exactly, yeah. And it's like, oh yeah, I need to go to Breda. That is like 5 clicks away. So if I hear it after 4 times, I know that I need to get to platform 19B, and I need to go down for the sprinter. Like, it is such an intuitive way of being like, okay, all I need to do is listen for the board slowly but steadily. And the moment I saw this in game, oh, oops, that's where my mind immediately went to. Like this right here, my mind immediately goes to that kind of like board. And it's such a shame that it no longer exists. Like, even if it would be only digital, like even I do understand why like digital boards simply are just easier to deal with. But I would so love it if it just had that fake sound whenever it changed, because maybe it's the old man in me talking, where it's like I just want a bit of nostalgia. But it's like it would be such, or maybe have it next to it, just next to it, like as a neat little. That works. As like a neat little gimmick or something like that. There is something soothing about the sound. Ooh, cool. Oh wait, hang on. We can actually enter these. Oh, we absolutely are. Sometimes though, we need to embrace it. Speaking of things that I would love to have on a train, because all of our trains are like at the longest route you have in the country is like 4 hours, 5 hours. I wish we had this in our trains. Just like a beer bar. Because you're using public transport, right? So you can get piss drunk and just be like, yeah, let's go ahead and oh good lord, this, like I said, I had to go into the metro. Okay, so here's a fun story in case that, because some people might not have been here for the Persona streams this week. Oh yes, so here's actually something funny that happened. So I need to go to my place of possible work on Monday, which is why there was no stream last week on Sunday, because, you know, you want to prepare for that kind of stuff. And in theory, I should have only needed to take 3 trains. I need to go to Almere. In Almere, I take the next train, and then it just dumps me in Diemen-Zuid. And that was, in theory, that's how it was meant to go. It's like I take the sprinter from there. It just isn't immediate, and I know where I need to go. I don't need to take any trains anymore. So that's how it is. So I take the train. I go to Almere Centraal, and the broadcaster is even saying like 4 trains going to X, Y, and Z. You know, go to the train on the opposite platform. So me and everyone else takes the train. And as we are sitting there, as we are sitting in the train, the information on the board, which the majority of us can't see from our vantage point, changes to let us know the train is not going, and this train has now gone from a sprinter, which would dump me at the platform, to an intercity to Amsterdam Centraal. Like, just, there was no further notification for anyone that was already in the train. It just randomly became this intercity to Amsterdam Centraal, which means that our next stop would be 20 minutes away. The majority of us only noticed when we started skipping stations. So it's like, oh, this station is meant to be there, but it's not stopping. Oh, the next one, it's not stopping. Oh, the third one, it's not stopping. What is going on? So I go ahead, I call the person in question, like, hey, it's possible I'm a bit later, but I now have a problem. I have an appointment at 1 PM that could determine if I get a job or not. But I don't know anything. I've never been in Amsterdam. I mean, I've been in Amsterdam once, but that was like nowhere near the Canal District. So I'm just ended up in Costa Rica. Oh, good lord, that would have been horrible. I mean, you know, like, nothing wrong with Costa Rica, but like, there's definitely a time and a place for it, and that is not it. So exactly.
Another year since the metro accident. People come here to protest every year, but nothing ever changes.
So, as I was saying, so first of all, this is a really cool, like, just bit of visual storytelling. But so, as I'm in Amsterdam Centraal, and don't worry, Silent. I have been seeing what you've been typing. Don't worry about it. But so as I come in Amsterdam Centraal, I'm like, oh, I don't know what I need to do. Turns out I have 4 minutes to go from the opposite end of Amsterdam Centraal to the entrance, down a set of stairs into the metro, which is where the fact that I'm telling the story comes into play with what we're seeing here. So I don't know which way I need to go, because it turns out Amsterdam Centraal, in their most fascinating ability, in their most fascinating design choice, has decided that the metro need to be on both ends, and you just need to be lucky and know which metro you need to go. So I just go on a wild guess. People are looking at me like, what the hell are you running for? And I'm like, no time to explain. Go outside, see the entrance, go outside. Ooh, I'm in Amsterdam Central. Go down the stairs to the metro, sprint, and with 20 seconds to spare, make it to my metro. And let me tell you, it is not fun. Because I had to also switch my clothing in the metro to something more business casual like. But yeah, let me go and see here. I had to change it over due to the timing limit was 20 minutes. That is not great. Up there. Oh, good lord. Gates in Costa Rica, not my home airport. Got confused. It's tied to the county, not a particular city. Oh dear lord, each airport reports is like, oh, that is horrible. And yeah, if you've never been on a metro station, metro airline, like metros have a very particular smell. Like, I'm not. If you've ever been there, you've obviously been in a metro as well, Silent. But there's like a particular smell to metro stations. It's going to say county of one of the is right next to. Oh, that sounds horrible. That genuinely sounds like a horrible experience. As a political scientist, I just kind of need to take some time to see this. This is great. So the gate on the other side. Oh my god, that is. How did you manage to make it? How did you even manage to do that? Because I don't think I would have been able to. Yeah, we both are. To be fair, when I finally made it to the metro, it took me 10 minutes for my heart to stop racing. I do not run. I really should. I should be more healthy. I have so many tracksuits, I don't use them for their intended purpose. For now. I have actively decided to once again start working out. I could feel it. Like, I could feel it. I could feel my blood going through my entire body. But yeah, let me have a look at these. If you, as a European, I love all of these because it's pretty clear that the people that made this game are from Europe. Because these are exactly the kind of slogans that you would see in a political party over here. You know, by ordinary people, for ordinary people. This is Dave. Dave is an ordinary person. Dave values his family, his religion, and his work. Dave is ordinary. The Ordinary People Party. Just as you. You know, like, I can already hear the political party ads if I see political party ads on TV, if I, like, see some of these. I mean, you know, like, it's obviously a piss take, but yeah, I can totally see an Ordinary People's Party. Free the economy, save the city. Stahlberg Militarist Party. Now, that's one you don't often see. Stahlberg is for Stahlburgers. Or like over here with the liberals, I can totally see, this is Dave. Dave is a hard-working capitalist. Dave helps the economy by employing people and giving you goods. Unfortunately, thanks to government red tape, Dave is more busy is more busy with bureaucracy than with serving the people. We reject red tape. Vote liberals. Why change anything when it's never worked before? I might be slightly biased. I mean, to be fair, if these are piss takes, then my ads are also gonna be piss takes. But yeah, to kind of get serious back into the game here, what I love here is this is just a nice bit of visual storytelling right here. You know, like... You know, like you've got yourself here advertisements, which implies that there's like some kind of election going on. You know, there's a clear sign that people really hate Jeff Walter. There is a massive column that implies the ideas behind Stahlberg, and obviously all of this. Like, I will say this, if this sort of like was in... If I saw this in the real world, like if I had took a metro station and I was like confronted with this, yeah, I would probably stop for a moment and just kind of think, or just kind of take a think. Oh, wait, hang on. We have more. We have more. There are more political ads. Hang on. We have Farming for the Future, Turnip. And the foundation of Stahlberg is its people. Ooh, oh god, oh yeah, oh god. The moment I see this, oh, that's painful. I'll explain why in a moment because we have an ad break coming up, but oh my god, seeing something like Ethos and Pathos heal Stahlberg, that immediately reminds me of some of those very small parties that we have in my own country, where it's like people, spirit, and freedom of humanity. And it's like, oh good lord, what even are these people? Like, they have enough money to be able to be a part of everything. I don't know, dude. But it's like, so if you don't know, if you're American, you might not know this, but a lot of your, I'll explain in a moment, actually. We have an ad break coming up. Let's do that first. And then I'll tell you all about the Wonderful... I can tell you what it's a piss take in, but I will explain in a moment. It's a piss take on a very particular kind of party. Let me actually go somewhere real fast because I'm gonna have to explain something. Because I'm gonna need to explain something to Silent. Jump scares over. We will wait for the ad break to fully end. Also, Silent, after the stream is done, I will link you to a very fun to a very fun Reddit thread that always happens whenever technically in the real world a Aces 20 case has happened. No, it's genuinely fun. Anyway, welcome back, everyone. So, you asked about Ethos Pathos. It's not necessarily Ethos and Pathos that's taking the piss here. It's a very particular kind of party. These are very small parties. If you're an American, then, you know, America has two major parties. I know there are technically multiple, but for all intents and purposes, has two major parties. In Europe, in a lot of countries, there is a different system where there are a lot more parties. So, people can just kind of make their own party as long as they pay the fee. In my country, for example, there's a fee of about 50,000 euros. And if you get a quarter of a single seat, then you'll get your money back. It's the sort of idea of like, okay, there is like some measure of monetary It's like some measure of monetary value that you need to give to the government so that they can also hold the elections and deal with all of the administrative stuff. And if you manage to get at least a quarter of one seat, then your party is considered to have a level of viability where maybe next time it might actually happen. So you'll get your money back so you can try again next time. And if you actually get a seat, then you also get your money back, but you have a seat in parliament, so who cares? At that point, your job is complete for all intents and purposes. So as a result, there are a couple of parties that are very vague. So in my country, we have a party called People, Spirit, and Peace. It's quickly translated. And that's a party that believes in the mindfulness, because I did actually read this, it believes in the mindfulness of the human spirit, and that using the crystallization of viability, the government should be able to once again be given the purpose it requires. That kind of like very vague, very new agey, very spiritual bullshit. I wish that what I had just said was a piss take. It is in their manifesto. I genuinely wish it wasn't real, but parts of what I said is absolutely in their manifesto. So that's a piss take for in. It's not, unfortunately. Anyway, this is a very 1960s room. So that's a piss take for. Yeah, I know, right? Ooh. So yeah, like I said, you know that it was made by Europeans because of that simple fact.
I still have 9 packs of batteries left.
What the hell? Door code. We need
That's
power.
not very secure.
Power, knowledge, and industry to progress forward. Okay.
Interesting.
So the metro accident happened in... What the fuck is this? Okay, hang on. Let me go ahead and... There we go. Power, knowledge, and industry to progress forward. I will say though, this entire design of this room is groovy. I can already hear the Austin Powers theme as I'm seeing all of this. I can already hear it. What is it? The casa something? Anyway, like it is. Oh, hang on. What do we have there? Code. I will say it's entirely possible that some of the things that we are about to see have no bearing on this particular game because. And this is actually genuinely an interesting detail. Oh, you should absolutely watch Austin Powers. It is a great movie. In my humble opinion, it is a great movie. But this game actually has an ARG attached to it. Or what you just saw as part of it. Hang on. I had a third one. There we go. The fuck? Okay. I don't know what that was.
I don't think I can fit this in my pockets.
Well. Hang on. I have, if chat would be so kind as to... Give me one moment. I'm gonna put something in chat in a moment, and that's a code. That's the code. Hang on. We need... What was it again? We need... Power, knowledge, and industry. Okay, power... 4, 1, 2. Wait, seriously? 3. Seriously? Also, it is officially midnight! Happy Monday to us over here in Europe. I'm like, oh wow, this is a great... Oh, never mind, it's just 4, 1, 2, 3. Well, some secret conspirators should probably have a better password.
Can't carry any more of these.
I know that it's not technically any of my business, but something feels wrong about it.
Still 8 packs of batteries left.
This feels like the way forward. Never mind, that's the way forward. But yeah, like I said, it's actually interesting. Someone actually made a really interesting YouTube video on the AR.
7 packs of batteries left.
Someone actually made an interesting video on the ARG. Actually made 2 videos, so it's really interesting how they're sort of hiding stuff in plain sight. Anyway, I believe that that is the Metro. Chapter 7, working overtime. That feels as good as any moment to come. Kind of want to go to a place where it sort of like feels natural to have a stopping point. But yeah, I am disappointed in these 60s conspiracy people. Like, come on, guys. I know there was lead in the water everywhere, but there's no... That is about as natural a stopping point as we are going to find, I believe. Go and save. So, next week, First of all, thank you very much for joining. It's always been an absolute pleasure as always. Especially thank you for everyone that just has been looking, and for to Silent as well. But next week on Sunday, bunkers, conspiracy theories, and nuclear secrets. Oh my. Be careful what you wish for when you want more than just an adventure through metro tunnels. For next week, Sunday, the dirty governmental secrets are ready to be uncovered. And we might find a bomb of the most dirty kind. That came out way more sensually than I was planning to. I know what I did. I know I probably should have expected it, but still. Anyway, next week on Sunday, like I said, more infra. We are going to do chapter 7. Probably not all of it. It is a surprisingly long chapter. But more importantly, it's a chapter with lots and lots of story. So that will be interesting. Next week, in general, Persona 4 is probably going to continue on Tuesday. Maybe tomorrow, I'm not sure. We're going to try and do 3 Persona streams next week and 1 Infra stream, although given the fact that there's going to be a lot of heat in the country as per usual, we're kind of going to have to see it day by day. Thank you all for joining me. It's been interesting. If you like what you see in regards to Infra, you can just kind of buy the game. It goes on sale very often. Thank you all for joining me. And I'll see you guys tomorrow or Tuesday for more Persona 4 Golden when we enter our first downtime period now that we've saved Yukiko. Have a very good rest of your evening. I'll see you guys later.